all right. Positive energy all the time. Here we go. Here we go. Come on in, rep your city, rep your city. I was pretty much chilling. Found out about this situation with the temporary protective status. Supreme Court gave the government the okay to get rid of it. Lots of Haitians will be deported. Let's talk about it. Come on in. Rep your city. I'm representing Chicago. Everybody on Facebook, Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and my other Facebook. I am representing Chicago, Illinois. Born and raised. We got Greensboro in the building. Come on in. Champs for us. Trinidad is in the building. We got San Jose in the building. We got New York City in the building. Minnesota in the house. Cincinnati, Ohio's in the building. Big Z. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I tell you. Here we go. You hope they support the Somalis. Yeah. I think I think black immigrants yeah, I think black immigrants pretty much dug themselves a hole. Pretty much. They don't have any allies. Pan Africanism is weak, so they can't really depend on that. And they really haven't been. Their plight in America is going to be historically a failure. basically. When we look back historically, the plight of black immigrants in the United States is going to go down in history as a huge failure, for sure. And social media, it didn't help. It didn't help much. Social media didn't help much at all. Basically, the whole plight of black immigrants is really my storyline. Um, basically, my parents' storyline is the Great Migration, and it's mostly foundational Black Americans moving north. Immigration is mostly mid 70s thing. 70, they start coming, a lot of immigrants start coming, in the early 70s, but not enough to make no noise. Most of that is, the later 70s, like 1977 and on. Really heavy in the 80s and the 90s, especially the 80s. Some of the earlier Africans, that was like the 70s, the mid to late 70s, 76, 77, that era. Good to see you, April, when they started coming. And it wasn't it wasn't enough black immigrants to be noticed. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't enough. I didn't really start noticing the that totally disrespect for us until the 80s. I think the first ones I really noticed was some of the Jamaicans. Although the Jamaicans were pretty cool, but the Jamaicans was my first experience with somebody on my turf coming up with some type of identity. Some of my Jamaican friends from New York said they used to get bullied in New York. So that's what made them don't like black Americans. I think they used to call them banana boat man or something like that. But I mean, to just carry that with you throughout the whole country on somebody else's turf, uh, that's dumb, really. That's dumb. Like, black immigrants, they really effed up. They just totally. And I think the main problem with black immigrants in the United States is they came into a racial situation we was going through, and they didn't really understand the racial dynamic in the country. So they really didn't lock in, and that's where the disrespect is at because we the only reason they here. And so the fact they never really considered or respected that the only reason you're here is because the foundation of Black Americans. And right there, that's where Black immigrants blew it. They don't have an ally. We're not their ally. To many of us, they are kind of like an enemy, an invader, because you can't come here and not realize that the civil rights movement is the only reason you could walk around here. So it's just crazy. It's like you would think they would hold like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, the Black Panthers. You would think they would hold them, you know, Rosa Parks. You know, how do you come here from Haiti, Africa, Jamaica, and all that, and get on a bus and don't hold Rosa Parks in high regard? When my mother was little, you couldn't get on the bus. You couldn't sit on the bus. So right there with me, that's me and black immigrants. Uh, I find them as a whole is disrespectful, and uh, I find them as disrespectful. You know, let's put it on there. Imagine black Jamaicans couldn't do nothing, and imagine some black Jamaicans fought for Jamaicans to be able to go in the stores and hotels and stuff. And imagine me, a bunch of black Americans moving to Jamaica and not take that to an account that what the Jamaicans did for us to walk around. And then, as far as being hostile, that's a big mistake too because that's only on the internet. That's that's stupid because they're not really like that outside like that. They're not like that. Like they're not like that. Voodoo, we don't believe in voodoo. Malcolm X's mother was a Grenadian. Yeah, well, I don't know what that has to do with all these losers from these loser black immigrants today, but if you say so. And what does that mean? Because there's nothing about black immigrants that's anything resembles Malcolm X. Like black immigrants are sellouts. You're not black power. Like make it make some sense. Like okay, Malcolm X mother. Well then, why the rest of y'all so weak and suck ups like that? Because any black American will tell you that black immigrants are the biggest suck ups in the world. You go to the hospitals and see them. Now they don't like us, but boy, well, they got a big old smile for Europeans and Asians and stuff. Now us, they don't like, but they are the biggest Uncle Toms in the world. They be Tomming. So being Malcolm X mother ain't helped you much. Yeah, they're gonna send them. They're gonna lock them up in camps and then deport them. And we don't have no relationship with them. So bye. Listen, I tell you, sometimes people they don't know their historical place in the world. Now, just let this sink in. It just comes out today that they've taken away temporary protective status. This is going to hurt the Haitians, I think the Syrians. Now, remember this lady say, we dirty, black Americans is dirty. This Haitian woman. Now, when this hit the internet and foundational black Americans seen this woman call us dirty, and we find out she's a Haitian woman, right? Then how much concern are we going to have? When you come over here beefing with tribal beefing and you make it appear that Haitians don't like us, what are we going to say? Because black immigrants, in terms of black people in America getting somewhere, are the worst. Horrible. They sent the movement backwards, not forward. They come in and work for cheaper prices, undercut our work for fair wages. They've been detrimental to the struggle. I speak for a lot of foundational black Americans. We'll be way better off if they deport a lot of black immigrants. Get them the hell out of here because they walk around, they look like us. And that's the problem. You look like us. And so you like false flagging, false representing us, but you don't really deal with us. We don't know you. If you consider Africans been in this country since the late 70s, we have no relationship with Africans. Zero. Foundational Black Americans, we don't have no relationship with Africans or Haitians. We have some small relationship with Jamaicans, but they start calling us Yankees and kill that. We don't really mess with Jamaicans like that. So we can't wait for them to throw your ass out. I mean, I could speak for myself. Bye. Good riddance and get the hell out. Because that whole Pan African and that whole thing, we can't make nobody love us that don't. Okay? Black immigrants don't like us. They never show no love for us. And I wouldn't have a problem calling ICE on them. All that, I don't got no love in my heart for somebody who don't love me. And there is nobody can show where foundational black Americans got any type of love from black immigrants. None. They're like squatters. They're worse than white people. Because there's nothing worse than somebody walk like you, look like you, and talk like you that don't like you. So it's like a enemy spy. Look in Hollywood. If you get paid this much, if you get paid $2 million for a movie, a black immigrant will do it for 750,000, undercut the market, mess the market up. I don't know about your family. The hell with your family. But your family got something to do with it. I'm speaking for me. They've been worthless. They've been worthless. They've separated themselves from us. Now let's talk military. If you come to a country where foundational black Americans are experiencing racism because of the color of their skin, would you not link up with the other people real tight that has the same skin color? Now, would you, in front of Europeans, right? Right? Now, wouldn't you, in front of Europeans, you know how stupid you got to be to let Europeans know you don't like black Americans? And they know that. You let Haitians, let white Americans know they don't like us. They don't deal with us. So they green light it. Now, unregulated media is not a very honest person, probably some type of immigrant or something. But nothing I'm saying is a lie. Why would you come to a country where people fought, right? Right? Where people fought to get rights for based on the color of your skin, right? You remember Martin Luther King, based on the color of your skin. So now you got that same skin color. And you come here and we don't know you. We don't know you. You don't deal with us. You're separated somewhere. I mean, okay, but they're not my brothers and sisters. Them ain't my brothers and sisters. You ain't my brother and sister unless you my brother and sister. You can't. You're not my brother and sister. And you're trolling, bro. You're trolling, okay? You're trolling. Give it a break. You're trolling. Those are not my brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters are my brothers and sisters. You can't not really be a brother and sister and just say, oh, now I'm black. You understand? So our plight here in the United States, I'm born in 1958. We don't have no. Why do you think reggae failed? Reggae failed because the Pan African rosters were overran by the reggae rosters and the dance hall. I mean, the reggae Jamaicans and the dance hall Jamaicans and the reggae and dance hall Jamaicans. They wasn't Pan African, so they had no love in their heart. They had no message of unity or nothing. And all of a sudden, we was Yankees and all that, and they separated themselves from the community. The Dreads dated European women. Now, I'm not against that, but they ran. A lot of Jamaicans grew these dreadlocks, and they ran foundational Black American women away. Like you come to a reggae club and you see all these dudes talking all this African stuff, but they got European women and they don't have no relationship with black people. That failed. The DEA and the feds and the police went and grabbed them and deported them. You know how many of my Jamaican brethren got deported? You can't go nowhere. And this is what Africans don't understand, and blacks in the Caribbean. That's why we're number one. We're the most advanced because we understand what's going on. The rest of them don't. The brothers and sisters, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. Brothers and sisters in Caribbean, Africa, they slow. They're very slow when it comes to colonization, racism, and stuff. They're slow. What do you want me to say? They are slow. That's why they never really advanced like we did. They're slow. And when it comes to the people owning the stores and stuff in the community, the reason they owned the stores and stuff in the community, because we was doctors, lawyers, bus drivers. We had mainstream jobs. So those jobs was wide open. Some of your historians don't tell y'all the fact. Black Americans wasn't gonna work in no goddamn store. We had real jobs. We drove buses, we worked at school, we school teachers. We're an intricate part of the country already. Those are immigrant jobs, always have been. It always have been the newest immigrants come and get the little stores in the community. We're not immigrants, no. We're not immigrants. We work with police officers, firemen. Who in my family gonna work in a neighborhood store? My relatives work for the government. My father was a CTA bus driver. Who go? That's an immigrant job. That's just somewhere we go to buy food or something. We ain't working in there. We work for the Board of Education, the fire department, city hall, the state, federal government. My mother worked for the federal government. My father was a bus driver. You know what I'm saying? Because we are already too established in the country from the civil rights movement. I'm giving you the game right now. So from the civil rights movement, we was already established. And a Jamaican brother of mine, he asked me that. He said, "Why y'all don't go downtown and get the licenses like we do and open up the stores?" I said, "Bruh, we driving brand new cars and stuff. Uh, we work downtown, bro. We work downtown. What are you talking about? We work in office buildings and stuff. We lawyers. I mean, I don't think people understand. My friends, they do X-ray. They work in the X-ray department at the hospital. They put casts on. God. My friends is the chief of fire department chiefs, probation officers, detectives, police officers. You know what I mean? There's probably about what? 8 police officers lived on my block. Yeah, throw the Haitians out. Get them out of here. I don't know them. I don't know no Haitians. I don't have no relationship with Africans or Haitians. Bye. Whose fault is that? I don't know you. You're a stranger. You're not locked in. You don't go to our churches. You don't socialize with us. You're separatist black groups. You put yourself alone in a European country like this, and you let white America see you didn't have no backup. That's what you did. They black immigrants came here and showed white Americans, oh, we don't have black Americans backing us up. They said, oh, you don't? It's 50 million of them. So you by yourself. Yes, we don't mess with them. Okay, grab them, throw them out. Nobody gonna care. You know what I'm saying? I mean, am I lying? Listen, let's reverse it. Let's say Jamaica. You got a lot of black Jamaicans that's worked that's in the government and all that, right? Then you got the Asians there, and Europeans controlling from a distance. Would it be smart for me to go to Jamaica and not deal with black Jamaicans? A whole bunch of black Americans with no black Jamaican support. Would that be smart? Would that be smart? Would that be smart for black Americans to start moving to Jamaica and be separated from black Jamaicans, even talk about them in their land, have all kind of names for them, call them a kata and all that in Jamaica? Would that be smart? Just put it in the chat, because maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. Would that be smart? Would that be smart? Would that be smart for you to be in Chicago where we got gangs and stuff like that, and let me know you don't really like me and mess around, get arrested, and be in the county jail with me, with the guys? Is it smart to walk around the United States, as you say, call Foundation of Black America is dirty? Now, is it smart? What do you know? How many black Americans can't wait to find out she got deported and everybody like her? Listen, we live in a tribal world. Once people seen a Haitian woman call us dirty, we feel like that's a general consensus. Do we care about Haitians? No. We want them all out the country. Go back to your country since we dirty. And if you say I'm wrong, blame her. Blame her. Get out. Get out, because she ain't just saying that. That's in her family. She's not just a solo person that has discontent from us. That is her whole little crew. This is what they talk about. What she said is what they be saying behind her back. We ain't stupid. Let me tell you something. We don't have no relationship with black immigrants. Why? Because they don't like us. We just see them. They want to do the movies. They want to undercut us with the movies and all of that. I hope they get Godfrey out of here. Get him out of here. Deport him. Do whatever to him. Get him the hell out of here. Because it's just two words: friend or foe. Period. And if you ain't a friend, you're the enemy. And they know it. And so as of today, they took away temporary protective status, and they will be deporting Haitians left and right and left, and goodbye. Bye. And grab this one first. Why? What are we losing? You should have added some value. You didn't add any value. And what a lot of blacks don't understand is what a lot of black immigrants don't understand, and some of you young black Americans got to understand that the Europeans that run this country, the governments of, they watch everything. They know all the dynamics. And people click up. So even though you're a black immigrant and you look at us as black, and then you look at whites as whites, but what you don't understand about white Americans is they look at us as their black homeboys and homegirls. The black immigrants don't understand that. White Americans ain't gonna like you disrespecting us, because our relationship is with them. We have a long relationship with white Americans. You don't. And so when you draw a line in the sand, they gonna stand with us. They never gonna stand with you. Never. As a matter of fact, if they find out you don't mistreating us, they're gonna throw you out. They want you out. That's gonna, listen, I'm talking some psychology here. When you let them know that you don't like us, you're out of here. You're gone because they're going to look at you as anti-American. When you don't like foundational black Americans to white America, you're anti-American. Who are you? You're not even from here. You got to get the hell out. On top of that, why would you let them know that you don't have the backing of 50 million black people? How is that military? You know, I've seen a lot of Jamaican rosters. It's a revolutionary, right? How you a revolutionary Jamaican talking this revolutionary reggae music, and you don't come in and link in with the biggest black military, which is foundational black America. You don't link in with the army. You gonna isolate yourself out there, and then like the Haitian lady and them, and let white America know you don't like black Americans, and white Americans don't like you. They don't like you. Duh. Don't you see how Trump talked about the Haitians? So why would you say this? Now look, Trump said all type of stuff about, the Asians eating cats and all that. And this lady ain't got nothing to say about Trump. She disrespect us. This is black immigrants. No, they didn't learn the game because what happened is this is why they're messed up. And that's a great question. Like, well, Pharaoh, they've been here since the 70s. Yeah, but guess what? Guess what? There's one word that makes a difference. Internet. This ain't the 70s. Internet. Things are different now. Internet. This ain't, listen, y'all people watching me, you're not connected to the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Y'all not connected to that era. Y'all connected to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Y'all not connected to anything before social media. This is a whole new ball game. That's what she found out. She made a mistake and said what she been saying, but she said it on the internet. And everybody's seen it, including immigration. She got on the internet and she let them know. She basically told white America, we don't have the backup of black Americans. We out here butt naked by ourselves. That's basically what she did. She let white American government and immigration and the Trump administration know we all by ourselves. Whatever you do to us, black Americans are not going to help us. They're like, really? Okay, get out. They know we don't care. Why do the European Republican government know we don't care about Haitians and Africans? They know we don't care. We don't care if they grab Africans and Caribbeans and throw them out. They know that. You think they don't know that? Duh. How is that militarily intelligent? The black immigrants in the internet era and in general have set their foreparents that came here, they set them back far. I'm telling you facts what I know. I've been around rosters and stuff since the late '70s. When when the Jamaican, a lot of them started saying Yankee and let white America know that they didn't really like us, they deported all of them. There ain't no lot of Jamaicans here like it was going to be. It was going to be way more Jamaicans here than it is now. They threw them out in the '80s. In the '80s and the early '90s, they threw them out. Ask somebody older. My Jamaican brethren passed away in Jamaica. They sent them back home. A lot of them, except the ones that shut up and sat down. Jamaican culture not big. Jamaican culture in America was way bigger in the '80s than it is now. Black Americans ain't listen to no reggae or no like that shit no more. They ran away their fan base. Black Americans don't listen to reggae, don't like Jamaicans and stuff like that. It ain't just Trump, JD Vance and all of them. It ain't just Trump. Listen, even in your family, it was my mother, father, me, and my sister. What my mama used to tell me and my sister. Let's pretend me and my sister's black immigrants and the school is America. What did my mommy used to tell me and my sister? Never let them kids know that you all don't get along. My mother said once the kids find out that you don't support your sister, they're going to attack you and your sister. Yeah. Once you let somebody see that you don't have no ally, you're done. The only thing that could protect black immigrants in this country is unity with foundational black Americans. Once white America find out we don't like you, they're going to throw your ass out because that's 50 million people and that's billions of dollars not back. You know, we're the seventh richest nation in the world. We got more money than all them African countries. You better ask somebody. Jamaica ain't got no economy. They say black Americans spend $2 trillion a year. You understand? You black immigrants, y'all ain't got no money. Africa ain't got no money. Africa being graped of all this natural resource, all they chocolate, all they gold, all that stuff going to Europe and Asia and stuff. In America, they don't got nothing. They broke over there. And I ain't promoting this. I'm just saying, foundational black Americans, we don't like black immigrants. We don't like you. We don't know you. And imagine when you're not around a group of people and when you do hear about them, it's negative. See, that has an effect. So let's say my kids, they don't know no Haitians, right? They don't have no relationship with no Haitians. And they get on YouTube and they see this lady call them dirty. I mean, that's going to be their first impression of Haitians. Are they going to like Haitians? It's kind of not right to generalize, but then again, how could you not generalize? Because everybody gonna say, well, she mighty comfortable saying that. She must say it all the time when she's sitting around them. This is how we looked at her. Oh, this is what they be saying when they're amongst each other. And if you look at Haitians, it do seem like they like that because we they're not open people at all. I got some friends that's Nigerians, and they always talk about how mean Nigerians are. And they Nigerians. I got some friends that's Nigerians, and they said Nigerians that came over here making it bad for them because they so mean and they so anti-black American that it's putting them in, it's putting a stereotype on them. This is what my Nigerian friends tell me. They worried they're gonna get deported. Seriously. I mean, it's one of the 70s and the 80s and the 90s is one of the, for black immigrants coming to the United States, that's one of the worst. That's one of, they got one of the worst integrations into the country ever. It ain't gonna be a Haitian nowhere. They grabbing them tomorrow. They throwing them out fast. Watch. They got whole big empty buildings ready to put them in there. They gone. It's over. Black Americans, we don't care. Why? We don't know you. Why in a relationship with you? If you call ICE on, do you get a reward? I don't know. I don't know because I be joking, but I don't really, I ain't gonna be like looking for nobody and calling nobody. You ain't gonna have to call nobody. They know where they at. They got temporary protective status. They got their addresses. They know where they at. They already been grabbing them in Florida. They were just waiting for this to go through. They is gone. Bye bye. It's over for them. They coming for the Africans next. By the end of 2020, 2027, it won't be no Africans. It won't be hardly no blacks here but us. They gonna throw all of them out. And they feel like they throw you out now before you decide to become our ally. Man, listen. I mean, I ain't mad at the black immigrant women, but you black immigrant men, y'all dumb as hell. That's why I be talking about the roster. Because for the talk all that revolution stuff, the roster was dumb. They was dumb as a rock. Nothing that they actually function, the way they function, none of it matched. None of that 1970, 80 revolutionary talk. That's why it's not in the music no more. Because they just dropped the ball. They extremely dumb. You can't get no more dumber than that. You come to a place got 50 million black people making money and you don't lock in with them, you don't breed with them, you don't have babies with them. We supposed to have babies. Still call us Yankees? Yeah, not really, because we not around no more. We not around. There ain't none of us around to call us nothing. They called us stuff when we was going around them, but they shot themselves in the foot. We not around. They ain't calling us nothing no more because they don't exist. They don't exist no more. They did that when the stuff exists. That stuff don't exist no more. They might be getting on the internet down in Jamaica. I know when they had that storm down in Jamaica, I know it was some beef between Foundation of Black Americans and Jamaicans, but Jamaica's washed. I mean, it's over for them. They're gonna deport all these black immigrants under the Trump administration, and the Democrats so stupid. The Republicans gonna win again because the Democrats is trash. The Democrats ain't gonna win no presidency. But what they don't got nothing on the table. The Democrats can't win without foundational Black Americans. What do they do since they mix in Northeast? I don't know. Northeast what? They just for foundational Black Americans, you learn in the military rule by watching. I mean, this is gonna go bad. This is gonna go bad. They're gonna be grabbing them. It's gonna go bad all summer, all through Christmas. I don't know. I don't know. You chopping it up. Jamaicans say when we come on vacation, we rude and arrogant. Well, the Jamaica got the worst service when you go on vacation. So the reason Black Americans is rude in Jamaica because Jamaica's got a third world service. It's trash. It's not elegant. It's trash. That attitude is in their businesses, right? So when you're dealing with foundational Black Americans, they going to Dubai, they going to France, they going to England, they going around the world. So when we go to Jamaica and you got that substandard, we looking at you like, what is this? What is this? What is this third world shit? You know what I'm saying? Jamaicans got horrible customer service. Ben had it. That's why nobody go to no damn Jamaica. I ain't gonna say who, but somebody in my family went to Jamaica. That was what? That had to be 30 years ago. Everybody I know went to Jamaica hates it. It's horrible. It's no. I wouldn't go there for no damn vacation. I know damn Jamaica. They scamming. They thirsty for some money, and it's dangerous. Who the hell gonna go to Jamaica for a vacation? Raggedy. Jamaica's raggedy as hell. And nobody want to go to no shanty town vacation. That's why the Europeans built all exclusive hotels where you could just stay there and go to the beach. And you don't got to go to the raggedy Jamaican part. Africa, raggedy, unless you go to the all exclusive. But if you go to any of them countries and you go to like the regular hotels, those is all hotels from the colonial era. Yeah, unless you stay at a Hyatt Regency or Radisson or some big time international hotels. If you go to Africa, if you stay like, right? That's why Professor Smart fails. Professor Smalls failed in that hotel in Africa. Who gonna stay in that raggedy shit? Why you think Ghana begging us to come? Ghana's trash. Nobody want to go to Africa, man. Africa is trash. Unless you go stay at the rich, the rich where the whites and the Asians is at. But if you be around the Africans, they gonna beg you from the time you get there and leave. And police, them African police, all they gonna do is pat you down and extort you. Every time you get in the car, they gonna pull you over for some money. Nobody wanna go to no damn Africa. Africans is totally unprofessional. My African friends don't want to go back. I know some Africans said they ain't never going back to Africa. People going to Thailand, Vietnam, yeah, kind of. just throwing their money away. That's a whole nother story. The tourist trap. I could do a whole thing on tourist trap. Like the tourist traps make money. You know how you young, you ain't never been nowhere before in your life, and you finally get grown. And when you get grown, you go on the tour. You go on the tourist trap, and then when you go on the tourist trap, it's you get used to it. In Chicago, say, I mean, Chicago's big as hell, bro. You're not gonna be if you come here for a vacation, you're not gonna be where they got shot at. Yeah, you're not gonna be there. You're not gonna be there. But downtown Chicago is where you live at is better than your city by like 100,000 times better. Wherever you live, compared to Chicago, your city's trash. With all due disrespect, that's a fact. But yeah, that situation, that's in the hood. I don't think you come to Chicago going down in the hood. But if you say so. So you're not going to come to Chicago on vacation and be on 95th and State. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be there. Chicago's huge. And so they need to do something to divide up the crime in these big cities like that. Because, New York got like all those millions of people. Chicago got all these people. And they never really divided up so it makes some sense. Because like Chicago is really three cities. So, the 22 sounds like a lot, right? New York, I haven't been in New York in a long time, so I can't really say. So I haven't been there in a long time. Times Square was nice, but I haven't been there, so I don't know about the upgrades. So I don't want to speak on. I haven't been to New York since the 2000, early 2000s, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I know with the cost of living, all that's over with. New York is really old and big, and then it's a bunch of islands. So New York is not really a city. And New York is a bunch of islands connected by bridges. So it's not really a city like Chicago. It's like it's a bunch of islands. It's not really a city. So I don't know. I don't know what they did to make it a city because it's really not a city. And everywhere you go, you got to take a bridge. You got to take the Brooklyn Bridge, this Washington Bridge, this bridge, that bridge, that bridge. To go to, go to Brooklyn, you got to take the Brooklyn Bridge. Go to Queens Bridge. George Washington. It's just bridges. It's like a bunch of islands connected with bridges. It's not a landmass like Chicago. Same when you go out to Oakland and San Francisco, it's those big old bridges connect them kind of. It's not really a landmass like Houston, you know, Los Angeles, Chicago. New York is connected with tunnels and bridges. I haven't been there in a long time though. I have to go see. But it's real old, and when these cities get old, it's hard to refurbish them. New York has always been crazy. New York always a pack of cigarettes been $10. You know what I'm saying? The black folks in New York is cool as hell though. I haven't been there in a long time. I know this. I know one of the most amazing things I've seen is Times Square. That's one of the most amazing places in the world. I think the look of Times Square is better than Vegas as far as the look. It's incredible. Because Vegas, the lights are spread out, but Times Square, all the lights is like right there. It's the most incredible. It's one of the. It should be one of the wonders of the world. Times Square. I can't wait to go back and see that again. It's crazy. Times Square is absolutely amazing. And black people in New York is cool as hell. Yeah, I love black New Yorkers. They cool. It wasn't. It was older buildings. Now I don't know if they're redoing them. Because after a while you got to redo those buildings. And so when you go across the country, and we'll get back to what I'm saying, like you go to New York and then you come across Boston and all that, Philadelphia, you can see the original countries where immigrants came. You could tell, as you go across the country. Like when you leave Chicago and you go west, you could tell west is newer than Chicago. You could tell. You could tell Chicago is older as you go across. You can really see how the country was built. You can see it's older. Philadelphia, New York, over there, and then Chicago, and then you can see the country gets younger and younger as you go across. It's interesting, but I haven't been there a while, so I can't speak on somebody been there. They can, but there's a whole bunch of immigrants in New York, so I can imagine in 2026. Because what happened is like over the last 20 years, they haven't been vetting these immigrants. And these immigrants have been bringing down the standard of living across the country because you let too many in at one time. You have to let them come in where they could modernize. If you just look at LA, they let all them people come in LA. Now LA is Tijuana because they got to come in and adapt. But with this temporary protective status, it's bad. Look, let me show you. It's bad. The U.S. Supreme Court on Thursday ruled in favor of the Trump administration's bid to strip temporary protective status from hundreds of thousands of Haitians and Syrians who are legally in the U.S. and protected from deportation. In another boost to Donald Trump's unprecedented hardline crackdown on immigrants, including many of whom have lived legally in the U.S. for years, the court issued a 6-3 ruling that was powered by its conservative leaning majority, overturning decisions by federal judges in New York and Washington, D.C., that had halted the administration's actions, terminating uh, TPS for more than 350,000 people from Haiti and 6,000 from Syria. So they only got 6,000. The Haitians, too many of them, get them out of here. We don't need no 350,000 Haitians over here. I speak for Foundational Black Americans. We ain't what we losing. The court's 3 liberal leaning justices disagreed with the opinion. It leaves Haitians and Syrians in the U.S. on TPS vulnerable to deportation, even if they have applications for other forms of immigration status in progress. So, yeah, they're going to throw them out. They're going to throw them out. Y'all remember that dude that passed away, King Son? Remember he was a Haitian? Remember how much he used to hate black Americans? Remember how he used to hate us, a Haitian dude, and speak against reparations and see? Now, if there was a push for reparations on the Democratic side, and if black immigrants would have pushed for reparations through the Democratic Party, Haitians wouldn't be going through this right now. But because Haitians be snaking us and Africans snake us, right? They don't vote with us and all that. A lot of times, black immigrants, they vote the opposite on how we vote. Man, a lot of them voted for Trump. Facts. Man, listen, black immigrants that could vote, they voted for Trump. Let's look it up. They said no. The vast majority of Haitian American voters do not vote for Trump, while a small and very minority of Haitian Americans support him. The broader Haitian diaspora historically and overwhelmingly votes Democratic candidates. So they say they didn't vote for Trump. South Florida houses the nation's largest Haitian American electorate, which consistently favors Democratic tickets. The 20% peak during the 2016 election, researchers found that Trump captured nearly 20% of the vote in select Haitian heavy precincts in Broward and Palm Beach counties. Subsequent decline. This roughly 20% marker was considered a historical high for a Republican candidate. However, political analysts note that support fell sharply in subsequent elections due to his administration's immigration policies. Why most Haitians vote against Trump? Because he's targeting TPS. Okay. So it's over for him, though. You know, they first that was supposed to be temporary protective status first, temporary, and it's not temporary. That's a problem. Second, they don't have no allies. You know, black immigrants, I don't know what's wrong with them. They don't have no allies. They try to come and be their own group, but that's not enough votes. That's not enough power. That's a that's a dumb tactic. I don't understand it. If you look back at the history of foundational black Americans, how could a black person not come in and link in? It's it can only be hate, no matter what you say. We feel like black immigrants never loved us, never liked us. They've never been our friends. Never. Never. I speak for a lot of, I am 68 years old, and black immigrants, and I used to be really pushing Pan Africanism, and black immigrants never been an ally of black Americans. They've always been jealous of us, and they never linked with us. They've always competed against us. African men, they want to sleep with our women, but you can't talk to none of theirs. They wasn't like brothers where you marry his daughter or no, hell no, but he will marry your daughter. So typically we don't like black immigrants because they don't like us. Not for no other reason. Black immigrants have not given us no reason to like them. We don't know you. And when we deal with you, you're very negative. Very. And some people, I had talked to a brother about this earlier, and he was like, well, the Asians be mean to us too. It's like, yeah. But when you go to an Asian or a white person and they be mean to you, that's one thing. But when you go to somebody your own color, that hit different. Of course, you're going to take that even more serious. You're gonna be like, damn, you black just like me, though. And like they just don't understand. They shouldn't have never let white Americans know that they out on the island by themselves. Like why would you let white America know? Now we don't mess with black Americans. We just standing by ourselves. We just Haitians. They're like, oh, it's just y'all. Oh, so we can do whatever to y'all. Y'all ain't got no backup. That's what black immigrants is, slow as hell. Why would you? I don't get it. Why would you be a black immigrant and come to America? You know the history of America, slavery and all that. You ain't stupid. So you come to America and you have some brothers and sisters look just like you that fought through all that slavery and all that and got to this point where they big athletes and they making all this money and they rose up in the country they were slaves. And you another black person and you come in, you don't link up with me, you turn your nose up at me, and you on my turf. Because to me, blacks from the Caribbean and Africa on the street level, you really in violation. You cannot really come on our turf like that with them little small numbers looking at me crazy. Anyway, if you look at it from a street point of view, you out of line. We could have been went at you in the streets for your behavior. We could have been closed your shops and all that, your little hair salons and stuff. But we always be showing people love that don't show us none. We'll have our women to go right to some African nail shops and let some women do their nails and hair. They hate them. We just went through that boycott the African salons where the Africans come over here and want to make money off of us, and then it's worse than the Asians and whites and black, just like us. Black for nothing. You think we gonna shed a tear if they throw all these black immigrants out? We be glad you get the fuck up out of here, because you in the way, you eating off our plate. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You can't come to Chicago and say nothing to me. On the guys. You ain't nobody, and you don't understand you ain't nobody. This is your numbers. You're on our turf when it comes to black people. We, the blacks that run this. Why wouldn't you link in? So I can go to Jamaica and don't link in with Jamaicans? And let's just make this make some sense. I can go to Haiti. But a bunch of black Americans go to Haiti and be separate from the Haitians and get on the internet and call Haitians dirty in Haiti? Because this woman came on our turf and called us dirty. She up there in New York. If she had made that mistake in Chicago, that shit would have went bad. She wouldn't have been able to stick her head out. What mall she would have went to, or whether she would have been able to go. So it's like, we ain't really messing with black immigrants. We found you to be worthless. Like, there's nothing to benefit from you. And then y'all ain't got no revolutionary mind state, because y'all did that right in front of Europeans. That's like this lady did this in front of white Americans. She got in front of white Americans, a Haitian, and called her brothers and sisters from black Americans dirty. And God don't like ugly. And now, when black Americans that was offended, here they want to throw Haitians out. What we gonna say? Bye, bitch. That's what we gonna say. Find this one for sure. That's what we gonna say. What we supposed to say when you get on the internet just call somebody dirty? And now, see, God don't like ugly. And trust me, this is what I say black immigrants don't understand. White America watches all of that. They seen her. And they think she foul. See, black immigrants, y'all don't know, y'all don't understand white America. They don't like that. They ain't gonna like that. They're not gonna like that. They can't be on the white side. You can't be on the white side. There's no such thing. White Americans only respect you when you respect yourself. They don't do that. They only like blacks that stand up as blacks. They don't like ass kissers over here. This is the United States. We don't do ass kissers. We don't do that. White Americans only respect you when you stand on your square. That's it. If you're a black man and you date a white woman and it look like you like really love her and y'all just happen to be friends and you date her, cool. But if you're a black man and you look like you just only like white women, white Americans ain't gonna like you. They ain't gonna like that. Black is either. You're doing too much. You look fraudulent. You can't come into the country. They don't understand what black immigrants don't understand. We Americans. You're not. No, they don't like race traders. Hell no. They'll go to war with you, but they ain't gonna like no traitor. They don't want you coming on their side. They ain't nobody trust nobody. Listen, nobody trusts a rat. This America, listen. Is one element of America that black immigrants didn't understand about this country. It's one thing about America that white America, black immigrants don't understand when they come to this country. It's one element, and the main element they don't understand is that the United States is gangster. The United States is gangster. We go by gangster rules. This is what nobody talk about. The USA goes by gang. This is a gangster country. And in the gangster culture, nobody likes a rat bastard. Nobody likes a rat. And so if these people over here see some other black people go against black Americans, to them you're a rat. In America, you're a rat. Like if black immigrants don't understand. Like you're not getting no points from white Americans Italians, Greeks, and stuff like that. If you come here and go against black people, they look at you as a rat. You're not. In America, you're a rat. If they see you an Asian and you go against Asians in America, you're a rat. Who gonna trust you when you don't even stick with your own? Let's be realistic. Who gonna trust you? Black immigrants came to the United States and played themselves. On top of that, they was phony. They came up here, the Heavy D's and the Buster Rhymes, rapping like us, and then as soon as Buster got some money, then he let us know he wasn't us. But we didn't know that punk wasn't us, right? The whole time he walked like us, talked like us, did everything like us, right? As soon as he got some money, then he like, I'm not y'all. Buster Rhymes and a bunch of other rappers. They came in rapping just like us, dancing on our music, dressing like us, doing everything foundational black Americans do. And then turned around and say they helped start the culture, but didn't bring none of their culture to the culture. How you help start the culture when you was emulating me? Make it make some sense. So now we vetting everybody now. Everybody got to be vetted. Who is he? Where he from? Now you out of there. Oh, tether. Everybody's a tether now. It gets overdone, but I understand it. We want to know who you are. We don't give a damn what he is. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't no foundational black America, he not us. Period. ELL. But in this time, in 2020, right now, boy, if you're not us, you're not us. And this another problem. Hey, some of y'all mustard, you better catch up. Listen, it's 2026. It's not 2024. We're not doing none of that 2024 shit. If you're not FBA, you out of here. And we don't hate you, but we ain't fucking with you like that. We don't want to spend no money with you. We don't want to invest in you or nothing. Because we done been snaked too much. We done had too many black people make money up of smile in our face and then let us know they really never liked us. They never really considered themselves to us. They walk like us. They talk like us. As soon as they got in the position, they're like, no, I ain't y'all. I ain't one of y'all. They done did that too many times. So now it's like, fuck you in the dough. They done did that too many times. They done burned us too many times. Where they want to rap, they want to get our money, they want us all out at the concert and shit. And then next thing you know, they be like Buster Rhymes. They be like Math Hopper. See Math Hopper? Sit in that goddamn chair and act like me and move like me and talk like me. And then he come out, he want to say some funky. See Fat Joe? Fat Joe came in the game. He didn't come in the game as no Hispanic. He came in the game with Digging in the Crates crew surrounded by black people, pretending he was us. And the whole time, he never liked us. He never liked us. And we'll be cheering his downfall. Can't wait. He's a rat bastard. Fat Joe, a traitor, a rat, a snake, a tether. Buster Rhymes, tether. A lot of them. Come up here trying to talk like me and act like me and move like me. But you, and then let me know, oh, I'm not really you. I'm not really you. First chance you get some money, and now you know what I'm saying? Now you snake us. So everybody got to run your ID now. You got to run your ID. You got to run your ID. You got to run your ID. We got to know who you is. Luke the same way, talking crazy. Got to run your ID. Yeah, you got to run your ID. We're not doing that. We tired of people using us, especially black people. We already in the war over here fighting. You come and taking food off the table, taking our money and then disrespecting us. You know, all of them need to run our money back. Fat Joe owes money, Busta Rhymes, all of them that been talking greasy, they need to run their money back. I met Fat Joe. I didn't know he thought like that when I would have met him. I went to the show. He was there. I took my queen. If I'd have knew you like that, I wouldn't have went with my queen. I'm gonna just leave that like that. I would have went with some other people. If I would have known that, and he out there down, I think it was down at the Uptown or one of them. It's two places. I don't know if it was the Uptown or the other one. It's up on the north side. He came and did a show. If I would have knew he was a hater like that, that shit would have went sideways when I talked to him. That shit would have went sideways. On myself, I knew he was a hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here to support him. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? We got our own problems. We don't want nobody eating off our plate. Go home. Go home. When they start grabbing Haitians, I'm gonna have my popcorn by, because it's like a black immigrant. We supposed to lose something when they deport you, right? Like if you move it to our turf where we put so much blood on the line and stuff, and did so much to fight racism in this country, right? If you come to this country and they supposed to deport you, we supposed to be like, no, they do this and they got that, and this we supposed to lose something. Now what we lose? What we lose if they throw out Africans and nothing? So what that tell you? They ain't brought nothing to the table. So if there's a table and you come and you didn't bring no food, that means you've been eating off us. You either positive or negative. So if you ain't bring nothing positive, then you negative. You came and took. You either bring or you take. And black immigrants ain't did nothing but take, 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 take. Now you got to identify yourself, and now they hurt. The Rolling Marks and all them hurt. Because you got to identify yourself. Because once you identify yourself and we see you talking, now it makes sense why you all over the place, why you're not really strong like that. Because you ain't us. You imagine how these black people felt. They were sitting around this woman, and out of nowhere she said, "Black Americans is dirty." And they probably like, "Why you didn't tell us that in the jump? We never would have had you in here." Now this was up in New York. I don't know what's going on up there. Cause man, if she would have been down here with some black people in Chicago and said that shit in there, man, that camera would have went off. We would have turned the camera off. Boy, don't ever come down here and try to disrespect us down here like that. And you from Haiti. The last time I looked, Haiti not really clean like that. How's a Haitian gonna call somebody dirty? And here comes the crazy thing. Don't you know this woman single-handedly got Haitians in a bad situation? Because she went viral. Millions of people seen her say that. See how God don't like ugly? Now, all the black Americans, Foundation Black America, was pissed when she said we dirty. What you think they saying right now? They can't wait till they throw the Haitians out. The Haitians got really no support. She's one of the main people they got to blame. Her and that King dude. What was his name? King AZ or something? He was another one. But and today, she took away a lot of Haitian support. I'm telling you. We can't wait until they throw her out. When they grab her, she gonna make the news. Watch. White America gonna say we grabbed her. They're gonna put it on the news. Boy, she gonna learn. Man, she gonna learn. Hey, am I lying? Hey, White Flame. Ain't the news, ain't the European media gonna show when they grab her? They gonna make sure they show if they grab her. And they gonna grab her mama, and her whole family. She put her whole family in danger. They a target. She gonna be on the news. And she took away respect from a whole lot of Haitians. Because we live in a gang type culture. So once somebody from your gang say something, it's up. We don't like nobody in your gang. We stereotype now straight up. When you lumped us together and say dirty Americans, she didn't distinguish. She just lumped it and told the world that we dirty. So now what you think we gonna say about Haitians? As dirty as it is down there. And you up here trying to look like our women and talk like our women and call us dirty. She gonna be in Haiti. She gonna see. And let me tell you something. Y'all don't believe Trump got. Y'all don't believe ICE got her on the target. Man, listen. They don't know nothing about this country. They target. Listen. They gonna target her. Welcome to America. They looking for her specifically. Why? Because that's gonna calm down. That's gonna get support. Yeah, she gonna be. Yeah, she gonna be breaking news. Yes. Yeah, she gonna be breaking news. They looking for her. They've been watching her ever since she said they know exactly where she at. She don't know nothing about this country. Some black Americans gonna complain about Haitians getting deported. And what is my white American media gonna do? They gonna put her on there and show what she said to kick their legs from under. Am I lying? The American media is gonna use her to take away a lot of Haitian support. Am I lying? Welcome to the U.S. Man, they're going to use her. Watch. She's going to be on the news. They're going to show what she said. They're going to show her face when they grab her and everything to make sure that black Americans say, oh, well, I don't care what the hell you did. She said that? Because a lot of black Americans ain't seen it. Everybody ain't seen it. But it's going to be on ABC, NBC, CNN, and all over TikTok and everywhere again. Man, let me tell you something. She cute, but she called my mama and daddy dirty. She called my kids dirty. She called your kids dirty. She called our kids dirty. She said black Americans is dirty. She called our kids. She called my baby mamas. She called all my children dirty. She called my PJ, my grandson, dirty. She said he dirty. She called me dirty. She said black Americans are dirty. She didn't say some. But what she don't understand, where she at, White Flame? Hey, she don't know where she at. So if they want to get support for kicking out Haitians, ain't they gonna use her? Welcome to America. That's why I say when blacks come here, hey, White Flag, they need to holler at us. Man, they need to holler at us. They should have hollered at us. She would have never made that mistake. Man, you just gave you just gave the Republicans ammunition, lady. Tucker Carlson called you a tether. She famous for the wrong reasons. Listen, her name is gonna be coming up. You know what I mean? Videos she finna be in while they grabbing Haitians. She gonna be the face of deporting Haitians, get them out of here. That's why you gotta be careful what you be saying over here. I ain't never really said Africans is dirty. I would never say no shit like that. I would never say Haitians is dirty. I'll say Haiti is dirty. If you search it, you're gonna see it, Tyler. Search Black Americans dirty. It's gonna pop right up. It's gonna pop right up. That lady said we was dirty. It's everywhere. All you gotta do is search it. She comes crying and apologizing. Look. Look, her face everywhere. I think this is the video right here. Fawcett Media. Look. Called us dirty Black Americans. It's like you gonna see it. That's it right there. Look. She famous for that. See how the brother looked at her? No, they mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. Man, they need to get the hell out of here. Like, they ain't brought nothing to the table. My thing is, like in a relationship, if you leave a woman and she don't feel like she missing nothing, then shit. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to miss something. ICE is going to be around for the next 2 years. And if the Democrats don't step their game up, the Republicans going to win the presidency again. The head that run ICE is back now. They got rid of the little short guy. And it's going to be crazy what they're going to do to these Haitians. Let's take a break. It's going to be, because Trump don't like them at all. He don't like them. He don't like them none. Seriously. Trump do not like them. Let's take a break. It reminded me of that black lady, Katney or something like that. And she went to Africa, was over there talking crazy about the Africans in Africa. I said, this lady crazy. Y'all remember that lady? Man, this dumbass lady, she went to Africa, to one of them West African countries, the Gambia. I think she went to the Gambia. And she was over there in Africa talking crazy about Africans. I said, this lady crazy. I said, this lady crazy. This lady crazy. In Africa, talking about Africans. I think her name was Antony or something like that, right? I think her name was Antony. I say I used to watch her. I said, this lady crazy. Lady, how you go to Africa disrespecting Africans in Africa? Some people crazy. Yeah, our Kathy. Yeah, yeah. That was her name. That was her name. She was over in Africa disrespecting Africans. I said, this lady lost her mind. Where you could do that at? I said, this lady's crazy. There ain't no way I'm going nowhere disrespecting no people in Hawaii disrespecting Samoans and Hawaiians. Ain't no way. Some people crazy. And she went up there and called Foundation of Black Americans dirty, then got all back crying all on the internet. Girl, listen, we need your address so we can send ICE over there. We want you gone tonight if possible. Go get her first. Let her be ground zero. Go get her ass and get her out of there. They tripping over there. They tripping in Africa. You know what I'm saying? But that's because they not Africa. I was just talking to a friend about that, Lorenzo. They not. It's no really. Africa is just the name of a landmass. It's not really no place. It's just a geographical location. There's no such thing as Africans because there really ain't no such thing as Ethiopians. They only Ethiopians when you talk in terms of where they live at. But them as people, they different tribes. They are Mara and different stuff like that in Ethiopia. They're not really Ethiopians. They under three other flags, three or four other flags. Yeah, they tribes. They're not really that. And us as Foundation of Black Americans, we just trying to clean out our circle. We didn't have too many people in our circle and too many people selling us movies and don't like us and acting our heroes and stuff. We getting ready to boycott everybody. Like that fool that was just on there with Godfrey talking crazy that's taking our movies and got these people playing our ancestors. But we ain't really got no relationship with you. We ain't going to see none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we about to clean house. It's gonna be all. Ain't gonna be none of that. You're gonna have to identify yourself. We ain't spending no money with you like that. I'm talking to some brothers now. Like we try to get this thing going in 2027. We trying to get these black men to start opening up these nail salons and hair. We don't. We ain't keep. We ain't. We ain't. You know what I'm saying? Pretty soon, we ain't gonna date you if you ain't going to no black people to do your hair and nails. We is not, brother, stop giving your queen money for her to go give it to another race or another culture. Stop doing that. Stop giving your queen money and she taking the money and she giving it to some Korean that don't like you or some African don't even like you. Your hard earned money. And they taking your money and then talk about you like a dog. That shit over with. And it's like the black woman, she got want to get her hair done and stuff, but we hold the powers. Just stop paying for it and start dissing her. Like you meet a queen and you dissing her, and she says you're going to get your hair done. You like, who do your hair? And she says some Koreans. Tell her, man, you goofy for that. Why you giving them people your money? Tell her straight up, I ain't gonna be able to support that. I hope you don't think you're gonna take none of my money and give it to them people. Them people don't even like us. It's time for us to put some money into the black woman, right? And open up nail salons, hair salons, and all that. Let's put our queens, let's put foundational black American queens into the business. We even need to start having some symbolism so you know it's us. You know how like the barbershop used to have the red, white, and blue thing spinning? We need something like that to know, okay, this is our business right here. Go support them. Seriously. And we need to create security companies to secure our own business. I've been saying this for years. I probably need to talk about it again. We're going to have to step our game up and do for ourselves because too much money going out. Too much stuff going out. If you ain't no foundational black American, I ain't trying to hear your music. I ain't trying to buy nothing from you. I'm not trying to spend with you unless I just absolutely have to. I don't got no problem with spending with other people. But my point is, that can't be all I do. I ain't got no problem with spending with different people, but every dollar, don't no dollar go to us? No, that can't go like that. We got to at least spend 30 to 50% with ourselves. I'm just saying. Because spending with people that don't respect you, that shit is over with. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. Spending with some people that just don't got like no respect for you. No, man, we can't keep doing that. They ain't gonna never respect you if they could look down on you and still take your money. And the first one got to be the black ones. It's like, and you black? It's one thing, okay, you Asian, all right, or white, okay, this is not good either. We won't spend with you, but you black? You are African or you somebody from the Caribbean or Haiti or something? And you come and you disrespecting people got the same skin color like you? While we competing with other nations and other races? Are you serious? Man, that's a violation. And even if they're the same race, you go and give this dude money, some Africans, and you leave and they talking about us like a dog. Let them make some African money from Africans. Stop spending with these people, man. We're going to have to spend with foundational black Americans. We got to stop spending with these people. We got to stop giving people money that don't respect us. I'm telling you. They ain't even in no dominant position. White America's in a dominant position. So yeah, we got Netflix and all that, iPhones. But we taking people that ain't got nothing and putting them economically over us. White America's already economically, a lot of people over here got certain businesses. But to go and take some people, come off the boat somewhere, come off the plane from Africa or Korea or something, and take them and push them economically over you. Nah, man, we can't be pushing no Africans and no Haitians and stuff over us that ain't gonna look back. They're gonna take the money and do better and talk down on us. Nah. Let me tell you something. Some people say, why you coming down on a black one? It's nothing worse than your own race doing that. Facts. It's one thing when an Asian do it or a white or something, but it ain't nothing worse than these brown people that take advantage of brown people. They the worst people in our world. They worthless. It ain't nothing worse than a brown sister like this disrespecting brown people. I'm gonna tell you straight up. She trash. She worse than a white supremacist. To me, she worse. Cause she could they wouldn't have had her in there. They wouldn't even interviewed her. They like, damn, we wouldn't even have we thought you was cool. She came on the show with the foundation of Black America and disrespect them right in their face. And they was some young brothers and stuff, and they was like some college type. So they didn't get on her bumper like that. They wasn't no hood niggas. You know what I said? If she would have got with, she would have said that to the wrong ones, boy, this shit would have went up. Y'all know she could have never said that. She could have never said that with me. I wouldn't have touched her or nothing, but she would have had to get out. Camera off, get out. We would have ended that right there. Turn this camera off. Okay, you gotta leave. Matter of fact, I might not turn it off till I make her leave. Leave. The same way you said it on camera, same I tell you, you gotta go. No, get your shit and go now. Get out. I would have made her get out. Facts. I would have made her get out. Right there on camera. Okay, you gotta leave and don't come back. You gotta leave. There's no way I would have let her sit there playing like that. But I think that was up in New York. Them Foundation Black America, they overran with tethers. It's like a tethered capital. And it's like we did great. So, a lot of black people that we run into that ain't Foundation Black America, they jealous. We run into a lot of hate and jealousy of our success, of us being the face of black success for so long. They hate it. They always trying to compete with us, but we've been competing with white America. So, look at us. We had to come here and compete with white America, and then you see us, and then instead of you doing like what we do, you come and compete against us. Make that make some sense. You come and compete against us. And the crazy thing is, you ain't even no goddamn competition. We gonna show you. You ain't no competition. You ain't nobody like that. Without us, the rest of you black people around the world, y'all ain't got nothing to stand on. You don't. We the ones that put you in the limelight. And I know Africans that break your heart because we the small group and we doing better than a billion of y'all all put together. Ain't really doing nothing like that. Africa ain't doing nothing. All that's Chinese money and stuff. Don't let nobody come over and tell you, no, man, Africa got this and that. Man, all that stuff that they got in Ethiopia and stuff like that, all of that is a future invasion. All of that is some gangster mafia stuff where these other countries put a lot of money in there. And the Africans think it's sweet. And they got this long, big debt. And then people going to come collect that debt. They're going to take them cities. They're going to let you build up Ethiopia. And them Chinese going to pull up right there in Djibouti with their military. And they're going to take Ethiopia from you. That's the plan. They're going to, whoever invests in you, they're going to take it. And we did this the other day. The Chinese heavy invested in Africa, the French, the Americans, the Russians. As one more group is the ones that's putting all that money in Africa. You think they ain't coming to take and get the money from their investment? Right now in Haiti, they taking all the minerals for them spaceships. Yeah, they want to keep Haiti just like that. If Haiti becomes sophisticated, now somebody can watch them stealing all them precious metals. But as long as it stays savage and wild like that, they can steal everything. There ain't no law. There ain't no government. So now these foreign people can come in with their mercenaries and steal everything. They can steal everything up out of there. See what I'm saying? That precious metal in Haiti that they stealing from Haiti. This is a fact. Look it up. The reason they keep in Haiti like that. Why she sit up here talking crazy. They down there stealing that iridium. This is what they use for all what Elon Musk and them is using. This is the only metal that can go in space and don't burn or freeze. This is probably the most precious metal on the planet. And Haiti and South Africa got a lot of it. What a coincidence. Elon Musk's daddy was in South Africa. Iridium. So while she up here talking crazy about us from Haiti, they down in Haiti stealing everything. Haitians disrespect FBAs all day online. That's all right. They ain't gonna be online soon. They better get deported. Yeah. And then we remember each and every last one. We ain't gonna help you. We can't wait till they throw you out. We can't wait. I can't wait to turn on the news and see Haitians being grabbed up and crying. I ain't lying. I can't wait. If you either there's a saying, friend or foe. It's the thing you ask people when they walk up in your air territory. Declare yourself friend or foe. And black immigrants is clearly foes. They not they so jealous of us. You can get to the point where you so jealous that you won't link up. It's sick when you so jealous of somebody you won't link with them and make things better. And the blacks around the world, they so jealous of us that all they do is fight against us. They never say, these the black people furthest removed from warm weather. They way in America. We still at least on the tropical island. We still at least in Africa. We still in South America. They don't look at it like that. They don't look at it like, man, they in the snow. You know what I'm saying? They the furthest removed from their environment they supposed to be in. Because all them black people be talking about, we been here. Nigga, you ain't been in no goddamn Wisconsin. Shut your stupid ass up. You probably been in the South. Boy, you ain't from Wisconsin and New York and all. You ain't from no cold places. Shut y'all dumb ass up. Trying to generalize, say we been here. Bro, we ain't been in no damn North or South Dakota and all that, no cold place. We from warm place. We might have been in the South. You know what I'm saying? We might have been in the South that's close. We might have been in the South, like down there where Mexico, close to Mexico and South America. Yeah, we was there. But nigga, don't be trying to tell me we was in no damn Minnesota. Shut your stupid ass up. But we wasn't in no damn Minnesota. We wasn't in Chicago. DuSable came here and set this up. You know what I'm saying? That's the more weirdos always, we got a lot of weirdos always making up stuff. They ain't never bringing nothing to the table either, just weirdo shit. They make 100,000 videos about weirdo stuff. They can't bring nothing to the table. You know something wrong with you when you constantly talk about what you would have, what you used to be, and you ain't shit today. Man, what we doing today? Don't nobody give a damn about no used to be stuff. Foundation of Black Americans is about identifying today. Who is we today? What we finna build today? What we finna leave for our children tomorrow? That's what it's about. We don't give a damn about what happened 100 years ago, 200, 300 years ago. Nobody really care about that. That's not really relevant to your life. Trust me. I came up in that. I came up. Black history, black history, black history, black history. All from the 60s, all through the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, black history. How many libraries we built? So how you pushing black history, but you ain't building no libraries though? You ain't build. You don't even build nowhere to put the black history. Which more important, black history or somewhere to have black history? If you ain't got nowhere to put the black history, make it make sense. What good is books if you don't got no libraries? But that's all I got to say about that. I can't wait till they throw the Haitians out. Get them out of here. And the Syrians too. They're going to throw all of them out. Get them out. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. They don't benefit us what we losing. 350,000 worthless Haitians here. They ain't bringing nothing to the table. This ain't hate. This is facts. I got no relationship with you. I'm not going to miss nothing. And that's your fault. There should be something that we lose when they deport blacks. And guess what we're going to lose? Nothing. We're going to gain when they kick your goofy asses out of here because you just leeches. You ain't never brought nothing to the table. And you've never been brothers and sisters, okay? And I was involved with Pan-Africanism since 1978. And to be honest with you, the foundation of Black Americans was more Pan-African than the rest of them. We was the only ones. That's a fact. When we had all them Pan-African events and all that stuff was foundational Black Americans was pushing Africa harder than Africans or people from the Caribbean or South America anyway. We was the main ones pushing that. I was there. You had some Jamaicans performing, but who was throwing the show? Us. We was the one hiring them. All them African Liberation Days and Kwanzaa shit, Foundational Black Americans was the one that threw all that shit. Ask somebody. Ask somebody. Who threw all the black events from the 70s all the way through? Us. Africans only showed up to make money. They never was interested in no Pan-Africanism or no black festivals. Africans was always leeches. They never brought nothing to the table, ever. These are facts. At least Jamaicans brought something to the table. Jamaicans was active. I ain't gonna lie on the Jamaicans. The Jamaicans did bring something to the table. They was active. But the rest of the blacks never brought nothing to the table. I swear to God. Not a crumb, especially the Africans. The Africans was the worst. How you let the Caribbean, Africa, how you let the Jamaicans do better than you and you from Africa? When we was pushing Pan-African and stuff like that, the Jamaicans did better than the Africans. Now, do that make any sense? The Jamaicans was more African than the Africans. Tell me I'm lying. The Jamaican brothers and sisters was more African than the Africans. On everything I love. The whole Pan-African shit in the United States was foundational Black Americans and Jamaicans. It was sprinkled with Trinidadians, but it was mostly foundational Black Americans and Jamaicans built that whole Pan-African. That's a fact. Every festival. The Jamaicans like added to the entertainment and stuff like that, crafts and stuff. But foundational Black Americans was the ones that put all them events on. That's a fact. Until Martin Interculture came in and vampired on it and messed it all up. So like he wasn't no Rasta, he's like a Jamaican. I think he like a snake. And he came in Chicago and took everything over and messed it all up. Just a money grab. He used to hang around the reggae shows and watch us do shows and stuff, but then he came in and messed up the whole Black culture in Chicago. Martin Interculture. Don't go to that shit. He's a con man, if you ask me. He just pop up in the summertime and throw a big event and go pay his bills all year. And wait till next year, pop up, charge vendors a lot of money, take his money, pay his bills, buy cars, and wait till the next year. Every year he exploit us with some Black festivals. You got to watch them people that throw them Black festivals. You see how the Africans came and tried to take over the Essence Fest? And they don't give a damn about Black people. They just come and try to make some money. Why would they come and take the Essence Fest from us? Don't go to that shit. Don't go to no Essence Fest. Let somebody come take your culture, take everything you built and shit. You know what I'm saying? They come and take it. It's like, y'all need to listen to me. All that stuff, it never worked. Why would I come and keep telling y'all to do something that we already did and it didn't work? Because some people be like, well, you did it exactly. So I'm the expert to tell you don't do it no more. Duh. Who better than me? I seen it. I was there. It's a waste of goddamn time. None of that. None of the Rasta stuff, Pan-African stuff did nothing for the Caribbean. It didn't do nothing for Trinidad. It didn't do nothing for Jamaica. It didn't do nothing for Blacks in the U.S. And it didn't do nothing for Africa. That stuff didn't do nothing. It didn't create no businesses. It didn't create no jobs. It didn't bring us into the system. It didn't create no housing or nothing. All that Pan-Africanism stuff, it ain't create no houses or nothing. It's something that after you go to your real job and make money, you come Saturday and put your costume on and go out there and pretend that this Pan-African nonsense is something. But what's really sustaining you is that job Monday through Friday. And that's just a costume party. That's how Dr. Umar is. That's a costume. That's a costume. That's a red, black, and green Halloween. If you watch them, you see. That's why they put out. That's why I don't put that stuff on. I know people like, well, why wear a shirt and a tie and hat? I don't put on that black costume. That shit's a costume, so that's why I wear it. I wore it when it was real. Once I seen it was fake, I don't want to put that shit on. That's a costume. 97% of the brothers that call themselves Rasta with dreads ain't worth a goddamn. They ain't gonna do shit. They fake. Okay, them dreadies. Them ain't no Rastas. I can't wait till he in cuffs too. Any day. They gonna cuff Umar. They just gonna make sure he don't get out. They just building the case. Umar going to federal prison. Y'all know they gonna lock that man up. He gonna get treated just like his snake hero, Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a too big kind man too. A Jamaican dude up here talking fast. took everybody's money, bought some raggedy ass boats with just a little bit of the money, pocketed the rest of the money. The feds grabbed his ass, told him if he shut up, they won't tell everybody what he did. That's why they never released what he really did. They made a deal with him. Shut your ass up. He got out and ran up to Canada and went to Europe. He ain't never went to Africa. He wasn't nothing but a too big kind man. And I'm the realest alive. I told his son and his grandson to their face. Yeah, yeah, this is really me. It's really Big Pharaoh. Yeah, I got Marcus Garvey's son. I ran him off. Then the grandson. Ah, they came up to my booth in L.A. One of them reggae shows. They used to show up, try to pimp off their daddy and their granddaddy name. First the son came, I'm Marcus Garvey Jr. I said, Daddy wasn't shit. Too bad we didn't have cameras and film everything back then, boy. I would have some classics, boy. Yeah, I dissed both of those little Garveys, Junior and the baby Garvey. You can't make this up. You look it up. They was in L.A. for sure. And what have they done? What have any of the Garvey descendants done for black people? Nothing. And we don't even want to talk about the Marley kids. Look at them. All you got to do is look. Look at Ziggy now. Ain't representing none of that shit that was in that music. Oh, I saw. They're going to throw them people out. Today was the day it's announced. I told you about it. I kept you up on what's happening. We're going to address it again when ICE start grabbing people, which is going to be real fast. So start looking at them spots and start taking them spots. When they throw the Haitians out, move in. Do them the same way they would have did you. If it was us and white America grabbed us, all these black immigrants would go move in our spots. They would take everything we had left. Facts. And would mock us and be on the internet. Yeah. When they throw the Haitians out, go get them jobs. Y'all black women, go take nursing. Because a lot of Haitian women is nurses. When they put them out, that's wide open jobs. It's going to be wide open jobs for foundational black Americans. Go get them jobs. I'm telling you. Go be a CNA first. That's something you can do quick. I'm telling you, black women, go be a CNA right now if you're young. Right now, it's going to be jobs. It's going to be lots of jobs in hospitals and nursing homes. I'm telling you, go get them jobs. Go get them jobs. Go get them jobs. When them Haitians lose them jobs, go get them jobs. When they throw them Mexicans out, go get them jobs. Go get them jobs. I had a friend of mine cracking up. She said, would you pick strawberries? I'd be like, hell yeah, I'd pick some strawberries if I need to make some money. Yes. And I had to let her know. They don't want me picking the strawberries because they got to pay me more. Because I'm an American citizen. They got to pay me minimum wage. They don't got to pay Mexicans and Venezuelans minimum wage. They can pay them sub-minimum wage. They got to pay me, and they got to give me a raise every so often. Yeah, they got to go by American standards. That ain't nothing picking no damn strawberries. I worked at a book factory. Go work at a book factory on the assembly line where you don't get to stop. Work is work. I know how to bring me a thing and fold it and sit down and pick the strawberries and fold up my thing and carry it to the next strawberries. I ain't finna be bent over. Boy, I'm a spaceman. I'm gonna have me a little thing to sit on. I'm gonna pick more strawberries than anybody, and I ain't gonna bust no sweat. You know what I'm saying? It's 2020. Come on, man. It's gonna be 2027. Whatever gonna pay the bills, I'm with it. You know, you all got to learn how to go make that money and flip the money. That's what you got to do. You go pick the strawberries, you buy some hair equipment and stuff and chairs. Then you got your queen doing hair out the house. And next thing you know, y'all balling. You got to be smart. A little bit of money could go a long way if you invest it and double it and triple it. Get your money in and make it grow. The reason your money not going nowhere, because you're taking it in, throwing it back out, taking it in, throwing it back out, taking it in, throwing it back out. Start pinching some off to invest. Start pinching money off to invest. Then you're gonna see it's worth it. Turn your money that you earning into investment money. So you make money, then double and triple that. The problem with the young black people, they ain't teaching you making money, throwing it back, making money, throwing it back. You're supposed to make the money and then get interest off that money. You're supposed to make that money grow. If you start doing that, you'll see what I'm talking about. Then them little jobs that don't seem like nothing be big jobs because now that money is investment money and that money gonna triple. All money is good money if you use it right. But if you just work and spending, you a gerbil on that little wheel. You're on the little gerbil wheel. We'll talk about that though, but y'all stay positive and we're gonna update. I can't wait till they grab her. Yeah, go find her now, Ice, and get her out of here. Get all these black people out of here that's been the enemy of foundational black America. Your time is up. I know you hate us, but you're gonna have to hate us from a distance. You're gonna have to hate us from the Haiti down in the Caribbean from Africa. Yeah, hate me from a distance. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they deport y'all ass, I'm gonna be at home banging knives. You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. You can hate me now. On my soul. Victory.